Hey guys, today I'm answering some of the dumbest guitar-related questions I've ever come across. Some of them have been asked by my students, some I've read on forums over the years, some have been suggested by you guys, my YouTube subscribers, and some are things that I have thought about in the past. There's no shame in asking dumb questions, by the way. In fact, most questions are only dumb in retrospect and only exist because of gaps in your knowledge, like the way you learn scales or chords or whatever, so they're only dumb retrospectively. I only called them dumb questions in the title to get you to click on this video, and it worked. I've saved the all-time dumbest guitar-related question to the very end, one which I can guarantee everyone watching this video will have asked at some point, so make sure you stick around till the end to see that one. Oh, also, you need to subscribe to this channel so you know when my weekly guitar-related videos come out. Deal? Deal. Let's begin. What do I do if I don't have enough feet to change all of my pedals at once? This is a really uniquely guitarist question, isn't it? And I hear gearheads ask it all the time. Well, gearheads who have a lot of pedals as opposed to gearheads who have worked out the answer. The simplest answer is grow more feet, obviously. The second simplest answer is you can't change all of them, so don't have that many pedals or do it gradually. And I guess it could sound weird going from, like, I don't know, a clean tone with a bit of reverb pedal, bit of chorus pedal, bit of a delay pedal, and then into a distorted tone with an EQ boost, a different kind of delay, and a wah pedal. Trying to do that one at a time would sound weird and distracting, but unfortunately that's what you're going to have to do unless you can afford to hire a guitar tech to do that for you backstage. Well, secret option C is that you buy a multi-effects unit. But if you're anything like me, as a teenager, you're probably going to think something like, oh, no multi-effects pedal can do a single effect as well as a stomp box dedicated to that single effect, right? Also, I don't want to have to buy a multi-effects unit with a phaser I'm never going to use. No, just me. Oh, I guess I really was being dumb. Anyway, multi-effects units really are the answer if you see yourself doing dramatic sound changes and it all needs to happen instantly, yeah? Also, I want you to consider, if you're gigging, where in an evening's lineup does your band appear? Because if you're not headlining a gig, you shouldn't be covering the floor in effects pedals. So you may just want to cope without that many effects. When do I change my strings? This definitely would have been a dumb question if I'd asked it, because the fact is I could barely ever afford to change my strings. So the answer would have been whenever I can scrape together the pocket change to buy new strings. The answer basically depends on a few things: how often you play, how much you prefer the sound of fresh strings, how much do your fingers sweat, and how much disposable income do you have. Whenever you find that your strings are sounding dull, or are getting covered in finger crap, that's about 2 weeks after when you should have changed your strings. I started buying my strings in bulk to save money long term, but I still don't remember to change them until one of them breaks. That's another good indicator that you need to change your strings, that they start breaking, obviously. But you guys kind of want an actual measurable answer, don't you? So, okay, every 2 or 3 months. There. Why do I need an amp stand? It's only a dumb question because some retailer has probably tried to get you to buy one along with your amp. The reason we have amp stands is to point the sound of your amplifier towards your face. So rather than hearing your amp speaker reflecting off the floor and into your ears, you're hearing it just from the speaker into your ears. There's also benefits to your live sound when you raise your amplifier a bit as well, but to be honest, a milk crate or some hockey pucks would work just as well as a purpose-made amp stand. They don't look as professional, so I guess it's kind of down to disposable income again, really. Can someone write down all the power chords for me? I remember reading this on a forum a few years ago, and at the time I didn't really know how to cope with it as a question. It baffled me, because it's not even a question you need to ask, surely. I was thinking about it when writing this video, and of course, it being a guitar forum, no one was actually being helpful. in response. So who knows how long it took this guy to work out the actual answer. It is a dumb question, but it's also kind of fair enough. So I'm actually going to answer the question constructively now. Writing down all the power chords would be pointless because they're literally all over the fretboard. Let's keep it simple. Play a note anywhere on an E or A string. That is your root note. Now on the next highest pitch string, I want you to play the note that appears 2 frets above the fret you just played on the other string. That is your 5th. You play them together and you have a power chord. You can do that anywhere on the guitar. But if you want to know which power chords are, technically speaking, allowed to be played one after another, as long as the root notes all come from the same scale, you'll basically be fine. Whether it's a pentatonic scale or a harmonic minor scale, whatever. Again, that's keeping it really simple, but you can get a long way with just that info, and I hope that the original asker of the question got that advice somewhere along the way. Final dumb question, the one which I know we've all asked at some point. How do I sound like Slash, or Jimi Hendrix, or whoever? It's simple, but it's also basically impossible. You just have to literally be that person. It's fine to be inspired by specific guitarists or other musicians, but don't try to be them because we already have one of them. At best you'll be a knockoff Slash or a second-rate Joe Satriani or a second-rate Gary Busey, so why not instead try to be the best you that you can be? Uniqueness is worth a lot more as well. Uniqueness is worth a lot more as well because it's inherent, and it's worth a lot more because it's unique. There is only one of you. But you know what there's more than one of? People that want to sound like Slash. If you want to work in a covers band, by the way, then yeah, you kind of do want to sound like those guitarists, and that's a whole other thing. That's fine, that's valid. Because I know how argumentative the internet is, I'm going to try and future-proof myself here. I am probably, at some point in a private lesson or on a video or online or wherever, going to say something to the effect of, this is the melody that Zakk Wylde might play, or the Steve Vai section of a solo, or this is the Gary Busey scale. It is fine to take influence from a guitarist and learn licks that they play or patterns they favour, but it doesn't mean you have to be them. As musicians, we are entirely the sum of the music we enjoy and the things we play, so listen to more than one band, or indeed genre. And no, hair metal and thrash metal aren't diverse enough to count. There we go, those were my top dumbest questions ever asked by guitarists. Don't feel bad if you've asked any of them, that's all part of learning. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I would really like to hear your own examples of cringy and dumb guitar questions, so leave them in the comments section below please. Don't be embarrassed, this is a safe space, and it's a safe space because I have the power to delete comments, so it will be a safe space. Thanks for watching, see you next time, toodaloo.